Today, we're going to be talking about RAG, Retrieval-Augmented Generation. Why do we need to use it, or why that technique became very popular in the world of LLMs. LLMs are really good at content generation and predicting what will be the next word that needs to be used, whether it's like once you throw at it a question in your prompt, or you provide a lot of details and then it tries to guess what will be the next word or words tokens to be generated after. And that usually answers your question or decides a certain sentiment or does decision optimization. So there's a lot of ways that large language models can help us. The only thing is most of these large language models, if not all of them, lack the knowledge that is specific for your business or your use case. So how do we provide large language models with the context needed for it to have really proper answers for our questions regarding our data and what we have? Now, on the other side, data, whether in our company, our business, our use case, that data changes every day or maybe every second. And for us to train or fine tune a large language model every time we have valuable information that got generated in our business or our use case, that's going to be a very costly way to maximize on the productivity boost that you get from large language models. So what's the middle solution? The middle solution is to have a storage in place that is, we are able to query, the large language model is able to query everything relative to the question that you're asking and then answer your question, or let the large language model try to answer your question. What we do right now together, first, you have an LLM right here. Could be GPT. And that LLM is trained till November 2024. I honestly don't know what is its limits, but let's say it's November 2024. Now your prompt comes in here and you ask it something very time specific. So your prompt can be something like, who won the Super Bowl in 2025? And that question being very time specific, now this LLM, there's two possibilities. Mostly one is it's going to be guardrailed. So there's a guardrail right here. And if there's a guardrail, it's going to answer you with something like, I'm trained till November 2024. I can't answer the question. Or the second option is going to be that it's going to beautifully hallucinate. So in other words, it's going to tell you something like, it was won by da-da-da-da-da. And in two cases, the guardrailed one is much safer. And that means that you prevented giving like false information to people, but at the same time, it's not very useful for us. And hallucination, and that's the most dangerous part, which we are trying to solve for. So RAG comes in with what? RAG, in simple terms, comes with your prompt and your LLM right here. Same thing. But your prompt, once you ask your question, who won the Super Bowl in 2025? And let's say we have some kind of document right here that has an article, Super Bowl 2025. Your prompt is going to be sent to your LLM, but also be enhanced. The context will be enhanced with this article. Once it goes to the LLM, right now the LLM has enough information to actually give you much, much better answer. And that's simply what RAG is. We're going to get more into the technology side of it, but this is simply what it is. Your prompt is fed into the LLM, but not only with your prompt, but with the context needed for it to have the knowledge to answer your question. So now this process became much, much more powerful because if you think about it, your context right now can be coming from anywhere. So it could be an article, it could be could be the internet search. So now that opens a lot of doors. It could be that it's coming from a database. It could be like your internal database for your business. Say you have certain things that are internal that you don't want to share outside, but also you still can answer a question about it. Maybe you're hosting your own local LLM, so there's more privacy. But now you can see how if this article gets updated, internet search, of course, is always real time. If this database gets new data, it doesn't matter. Your prompt, whatever you ask for, is going to get the real-time context from any of these data sources, and that will provide enough information for your LLM to actually give you a really good, correct answer. Now, the retrieval side of it is this. The augmentation happens on your prompt, and then the generation happens once the LLM has this context and the augmented prompt to actually give you the answer.
For Robbie Innovations.